Yeah, check it. I said, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Check out Fella Plot. Smacking down on Dutchies, a swisher sweets. I put my chief, you put your chief in.
Yeah.
Once we will be chiefing to get the fucking feeling. Check it. My weed floats like rocks. I smoke dank powder, drip drop. Shall I go on or do you want me to stop? This incense is to cover the scent. Get the towel, let me cover the vent. Make my weed taste like ass in the green leaf.
Yeah.
See me at the spot, your bullshit, you can keep it. That be our little secret, it's me. P that is, A that is, see this. Weed looks like it's from the abyss. Don't they know my nigga Wax puts a tax on his? Selling zone after zone till he's up to a biz. As do this, my shit is sprayed out. Fuck that cheap shit, so what is weighed out? Y'all got the balls, all I make is one phone call. Then I shut down shop till tomorrow. No, you cannot borrow. Zorro, that's how it be. It just means more for me. Now hit this, what's chief? Chief is when you need 2 blunts to go to sleep. Chief is when you fucked up stressing in the streets. Chief is when I see you, guaranteed to have your mind like woo. One more time, what's chief? Chief is when the Hoovers come around to get a piece. Chief is when you roll no less than 2 or 3. Chief is when I see you, guaranteed to have your mind like woo. Check it, I done smoked with the best of them. Smoked out the rest of them. Paid about a stack for 4, maybe less for them. Get your rocks off so you can calm your Jones. I'll be smoking heavy, they'll be smoking Reggie, and my style is deadly. Don't get your ass fucked up. We'll be chilling in the cut with some sluts, getting some fucking guts. After some guts, I'm ready for blunts of the sticky, sweet, seedless trees. Some say the weed is all alike. You know they falling right, they slipping. Now get back in position. We get grimy when we with the bitches. DWI lining up for all you motherfuckers, so let's take some pictures. Welcome to DWI episode 323232. That's Mr. O.J. Simpson's number, if you will. We can slide it over to Edrin James if you want to. Or we can go ahead and do the magic thing. You know, 32 of them things, dude. Wax?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, man. So without further ado, that's Dude, that's Wax. I'm Illy. We are DWI. Fellas, let's get right into it. Why the fuck did Kendrick Lamar go so fucking ham at the fucking Juneteenth celebration? Now, granted, it's to be celebrated. Dude, can you break down what Juneteenth it means to the whole world if they don't know about it?
I mean, it was the day that we black people finally got their freedom.
Yes, sir. So, 1865, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't really know the date of it, but yeah. So that's what we celebrated. I mean, we don't really go too crazy, you know, but we deserve it.
Right. So it's not the 1776 annual Independence Day that everybody likes to celebrate and let off fireworks for, because we was still working after all them celebrations was done. We was the ones sweeping up in the background and shit, going through changes, knowing we got to be up at 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
So for that, I'm thankful. You know, everybody out there should be thankful for the celebration that we just had. But Kendrick Lamar seemed like he was over thrilled for that moment to be able to do that shit.
Bro.
In front of his fucking audience at the crib.
Hey, he single-handedly reunited the West Coast movement with Bloods and like all kind of gang members.
Did you see that shit where they had both of their rags tied together?
That shit was hard. It made me kind of jealous because now I want the East Coast to do that. You know what I mean? I want like rappers in the East to reunite and come together like that because it was a movement.
It was a movement. Good call, bro.
Right. Yeah, this dude had a disc concert. What the hell? He made a whole concert to dance on, like Wax said, to dance on Drake's grave, man. Like,
bruh, and it was a dance, bruh. He did a dance, almost like a jig, if you will. Man, he danced the jig on that joint, man.
He walked on Drake's grave. Yeah, man. And Greeks, he walked and blood bounced all over Drake's grave, man.
I've never seen anything. I've never seen anybody in concert do their song more than once in a row and it still be live.
Right. He did it 5 times,
That
bro.
shit was live.
He did the shit 5 times in a row. Like the first time you come out there, Dr. Dre, I see dead people.
Right.
To have Doc out there
Right.
with the stamp, that's LA in itself.
Right.
When you think about the culture and that music movement that they got out in the West Coast, what's the first names that come to your mind?
Dr. Dre and NWA.
There you
they
go.
started it. They were the one that pretty much brought it to the forefront.
Right. So when you go to thinking about that type of hip hop and the movement,
Right.
you think of Dr. Dre.
Right.
So for him to come out and co-sign your jam like that,
Right.
I see dead people.
Live.
Bruh.
And set the whole crowd off.
That shit was live.
Listen, when he said A minor and the crowd the crowd sang in unison loud as fuck. I don't even think he even said A minor. He just let the crowd say it every time. And them niggas did not disappoint.
You know what that let me know? That everybody that was in that crowd was in a choir at one point in time, whether it be at their school or at the church. He was like, A minor! And everybody played their role. The bass is A minor.
Right.
Like, it was in sync, y'all.
I was about to say, Jay-Z, take notes. That's how you do that shit.
Bro,
man.
you going there already?
Nah,
on that
I
shit?
just wanted to touch on it because.
All right, well, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it.
Let's get it.
How you feel about him singing at Tom Brady's fucking his inductee, or you know, he got inducted into, like, his number got retired.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like the performance and how the crowd was elevated during the performance.
Listen, that was a bad look. It was like the complete opposite of the whole Kendrick Lamar movement. You know what I mean? Right. That was a bad look. You skipped a lot of moments for the culture.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree.
Hip hop turning 50.
Like you were saying, the hip hop, the anniversary of hip hop.
Right.
He didn't even fucking show up or had no interest in it.
Right. Nowhere to be found.
And that's where your core audience come from.
Which would have been monumental.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And everybody would have been pumped to see Jay-Z, but like where he was at with the Tom Brady shit, like didn't nobody there even give a shit. They was turning around looking for the hot dog guy, trying to find the next glizzy. Like, man, they wasn't even worried about Jay-Z.
Stephanie got potato salad. Right. Is there any idiot that pasta salad here? Jay-Z's on there. Jay who?
Right.
Like, that was bad, man. And I agree with you both, man, because there was so many moments that he could have made dope that would have been appreciated by the culture that he helped create.
Right. And then he was performing at the Tonys the couple days later.
Tonys?
The Tonys is like an award show for like Broadway plays and shit.
Shit, here I thought Tony's is where every Tony in America got together, like a G Fest.
Right.
Like I was thinking that this one was for the Tonys and shit, like Tony the Tiger.
Right.
Shit.
Tony Grizz.
Hell yeah.
Tony Monte.
He was like, "This is for me, man." He was like, "You're great." He was like, "Damn, Tony, you got some frosted flakes." That's not frosted flakes. He was like, "It's great." Nah, but go ahead.
Nah, but yeah, like, so that's kind of lame. I mean, you know, it's a bag. I'm not even mad at him for doing the Tom Brady thing, but when you, like Wax said, when you miss out on all the cultural moments and then you go right to this motherfucker who probably don't even listen to rap that much or just started because he just started to kind of be cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then the crowd in Boston, they don't give a fuck about you, Jay-Z. Calm down. You know what I mean?
He's a New Yorker. You know Boston and New York got bad blood from back in the Bambinos days.
Right. So it's like, I wouldn't care if he did that, if he did both. But if you're only going to do one, like 50th anniversary of hip hop, man. Like, everybody who's anybody got a chance to perform at those. It was like a week-long event.
You were saying that Nas was out that motherfucker body and
Nas
shit.
tore that shit up.
Because he understood the fucking power of the movement.
Right.
There's some shit that, like, we're connected to by virtue of not who we are, but what we embody as far as culture. Mm-hmm. We're a part of it before we even decide to know what our fingers and fucking shit looks like, you know, because we were born in it.
Right.
And that's something that you can't shake off, wash off, become too rich to become, you know, too good for whatever situation or scenario to set up. Right. That is you.
You think the culture is your ally.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you was born in it. Molded by it.
Adopted the culture.
Eat that shit.
I was born in it.
That's your boy from Batman. What's his name?
Bang.
Oh, yeah.
I was born in it.
That's crazy, man.
Buy it.
And it's one of those things, it almost feels like a big fuck you to the culture because that's who made you who you are, man.
Right. Those
to be able to bump
shit.
elbows with the big wigs of society.
They didn't care Jay-Z was on stage.
At all.
And the funny thing is, of all people, Antonio Brown pointed it out and was crying on him, and
Yes,
he wasn't
he was.
wrong.
Yes,
and he
he
was
was.
not wrong. Like,
Let me ask you this, Wax. If fucking Tom Jones came on and was like, it's so unusual to be loved by everyone, would they have bodied that shit more than they did that?
They would have been all the way up. It would have been turned up.
It would have been a party at that point.
With Carlton out there getting this
Eating
shit.
that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a better look than Jay-Z up there rapping to 4 people in the crowd. And it was a whole stadium of people like
Yeah,
not paying attention.
It was
like,
packed.
Jay-Z schmaze.
Right.
That shit is beautiful, man. I can't handle the fact that he was supposed to get out there and do his thing and just more or less blended in
Right.
with the ambiance of the night.
And the song he performed was dope. That's my shit. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. That's my
Right.
shit. But it's like they didn't give 2 shits. And just imagine if he did that same shit coming out at the 50th anniversary.
Oh,
Man,
it'd have went crazy.
That shit would've went
It
crazy.
would have been live, man. It was just a sad sight to see, man. Like,
Right.
it's almost like he fell off completely, but I ain't gonna go that far, but that's
Right.
just the feeling I had. Like,
Right.
this shit is terrible.
Right.
Almost Ja Rule-ish. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was getting ready to agree with what you were saying, man. I mean, he had an opportunity to make that night even better.
Right.
To show up and just, not saying grace us with his presence, but at the same time, make it a spectacular event as it was supposed to be.
Right.
Hip hop turning 50. We wasn't supposed to go past a couple of years
Right.
past the hip hop, hippie, like that was
Right.
supposed to die out.
Like,
You dig what I'm saying?
85. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be out of here by
Yep.
85.
Right.
But
Because you had too much other music, too many other genres trying to take the advantage, if you will, over hip hop.
Right.
And hip hop stood the test of time.
So you owe hip hop that respect. Like you're a billionaire because of hip hop. I don't care. You made some good business deals, but them business deals wouldn't have been shit without hip hop. So
Correct.
He should have showed his face on that. At least showed up, even if he ain't
Right.
performed. Like
Be
waiting
in the
like
audience.
without hip hop, he probably would have been either dead,
or in jail. Right.
So I feel like you owed us that one, Jay. Like you supposed to be there. You were the self-proclaimed king of New York, all of that shit, and then you don't show up, you don't perform, you don't even give a look like you cared about the shit.
Right.
But you showed your ass at the Tom Brady retirement ceremony.
Right.
Right.
And the shit
and the
was trash.
goddamn Tonys, the Tony Awards that a nan nigga ever watched.
Right.
Ain't a nan nigga watched that shit worth his salt.
I mean, I agree. It's just sad that, he's looked at in this light because of what he's done for hip hop.
Right.
And it's just like, damn, man, that's, step it up. Step it up, Hov. Despite the fact if you're a millionaire or not, man, I mean, if that music is in your heart like you say it is, show and prove.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I heard somebody, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Cameron. He was pretty much saying like Jay-Z just likes hip hop, but Nas loves it.
Right.
You can tell that Nas really loves hip hop, and Jay-Z's just he just used it to get where he's at. He
Right.
likes it, but like it ain't in his blood like that.
He likes it because other people like it. He's not a student of it.
Right.
But that shit is just crazy. I want to say it's the industry, but it's not.
Right.
It's not the industry. It's the individual.
Right.
So, Hov got to do better, bruh. That's just the way that it is.
Facts.
He has to figure out how to embody where he come from again.
Right.
It's not like reinventing yourself, but at the same time, recommitting yourself to something that you're a part of that's way bigger than you.
Reintroduce yourself.
Bingo.
Yeah,
You said that was that shit.
Right.
So,
And that's a style, because he'll ride somebody's wave and then discard it.
here you go. Now you call him Drake Sr.
He's the first Drake.
He is. He been doing that shit.
Drake Z.
He's the blueprint for a reason.
Right.
Shit. Now let me stop hating on Hov, because I do still fuck with him like that. Like, you know what I mean? I still like his music and shit. So
But moving forward, y'all, I seen a clip of Eddie Murphy on, like, he was on one of those interviews. He was getting interviewed, and it got brought up like a movie that he hasn't done that he's itching to do. And the Ocean's 11 got brought up, but it was like with an all-black cast.
Okay.
So, like, I'd like to take a shot at, you know, putting my cast together along with y'all motherfuckers, but we ain't doing a motherfucking thing yet.
Until what?
Until these motherfuckers do 3 things.
Okay.
Like, share, and subscribe. Because it costs you no money. It costs you not one. Dude, how much is it? $0 to like, share, and subscribe. Because we're bringing that shit live to you every single week. But my list is stockpiles of everybody that is a somebody in Hollywood that's made me laugh over the last 20 years.
Right.
So, if I'm going to start off, I'm going to bring Eddie up. Then I'm going to put Martin in it. Them two do well together.
Right. How many guys? How many guys? Is it 11 guys? Or
yeah, it's 11 people in that whole movement. So I'd have Eddie being the guy that's more or less, you know, getting everybody together.
Right.
So you figure Eddie's making the shit crack off. So who you putting up there, you know, and what's his position?
You gotta throw Chappelle in there. You know what I mean? You gotta throw Chappelle in there real quick. And I don't know how much acting that he really does, but like I'm sure they can make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's one of the heavy hitters.
All
you know
right.
what I mean?
So that's
2.
Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle.
So who you putting in there, Wax?
I'm going to probably steal one of y'all's choices, but I'm going Martin.
Martin Lawrence.
Gotta have Martin in there.
Yeah, he's definitely a heavy hitter that's gonna do well because you figure Martin and Eddie's been in the movie, Dave Chappelle and Martin's been in the movie, so them motherfuckers have great chemistry on camera and I'm sure off camera.
Right.
If I'm gonna put another guy in there to offset Eddie Murphy, it'd have to be Morgan Freeman as the money guy.
All right.
He's the guy that has the money for the plan that they're about to execute. So you figure you can't do that plan broke.
Right.
You have to have somebody funding the deal.
Right.
So I'd have Morgan Freeman as my funding guy.
All right. Let me see. I probably would get.
Okay, so that's 4 right now, right?
Yep.
That's Eddie, Martin, Morgan, and Dave.
Yeah. I would probably get. Let me see. I was gonna say Denzel for the money, man, but you got Morgan. Even though I think Denzel is better.
Well, he can be your money guy.
Well, no, we all got the same squad. We all,
right.
I mean,
all right.
So
who you putting in there, Wax?
I'm putting Denzel in there.
Oh shit, you got Denzi.
Yeah, you can't have this movie without putting Denzel.
Right.
So who's next?
I don't want to put him in there, but something tells me that this movie's gonna get blackballed if we don't put him in there.
I know what you're talking about.
But I'm putting Kevin Hart in there.
All right.
And I'm saying he gets it by default.
Right.
Not that he's the funniest, but he's not so unfunny that we can't put him in there.
Right.
But if he's in there, I'm putting him in the situation where that little Asian guy was inside of that little box.
I would like to see him and Tracy Morgan on like a buddy thing where they're like going at each other. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, like a banter, like a back and forth,
that
like,
shit
you
would
know,
be funny.
like their
Talking shit on each
ideas.
other,
Yes. Like, man, your idea stinks.
Right.
So that would be funny.
Or they'd be linked up for the diversion type thing.
Correct. So Tracy Morgan would definitely offset with Kevin Hart. Not saying that Kevin that we don't dig your material, man, because you do have a place in Hollywood and you are a big heavy hitter. And this show isn't about tearing down our heroes. It's about celebrating them, as my nigga Nori would say.
And if you let him get out there and riff a little bit, like I think he can pull it off. Not me. I'm up next.
Yep.
I'm going Will Smith. I'm putting Will in there.
Can I ask you something, Wayne?
Yeah, sure.
And this is off the fucking record. I hope these motherfuckers can't hear us, but how come every time somebody talk about movies, some black guy gotta put fucking Will Smith in this?
Listen,
he's a box office draw.
He didn't even apologize to fucking Chris.
No.
He didn't even apologize to Chris Rock yet.
Chris didn't apologize to us for not slapping him back. I want an apology for Chris for making me watch you get slapped,
Right.
and not do shit.
I
But
mean,
anyway,
as much as I don't want to put him in there, man, you got the right to put him
you know
in
what I mean?
there.
Because he can be like the straight laced one, the debonair one that can get into anywhere he wants to get into.
How many is that, Wax?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 with Will Smith. I'm gonna throw a fucking curveball in there, and I'm going Damon Wayans.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like
That's
that.
like
Nice.
old school throwback that you know can hold his own.
Right. I was going old school, and I still might.
Well,
as a matter of fact, I am.
On you.
I'm going Jamie Foxx. Fox got to go in this movie.
Yes.
He has to go in this movie.
Last dude we
last dude, let me see. I think I'm going to try to go with a young boy. I'm going with DC Young Fly.
Wow, you let him make the cut, huh?
Yeah, I'm letting DC Young Fly make the cut.
He's like a modern age Chris Tucker with a twist.
Right. We forgot about Chris Tucker.
I was just about to say, like, what about Chris Tucker?
You know what?
Can we get our, like, everybody pick one more
reserve?
Yeah, just like for.
All right, that's cool.
DC Young Fly.
DC Young Fly is my reserve. I'm changing my pick to Chris Tucker because I didn't even think about that shit.
Dope. So that was a dope move.
Yeah, I'm going with Chris Tucker.
If I'm gonna pick my reserve guy, gotta be Tommy Davidson. I'm gonna have you farting through Silk.
Right.
When that motherfucker picked that line out in Black Dynamite, farting through Silk, I don't know if motherfuckers was on to that shit. Bruh, Silk is one of the most delicate materials you ever fucking want to see. Right. Farts are heavy. They're foggy. They hold you down. That motherfucker said, I'll have you farting through Silk. He's a fucking beast, man. He was one of my favorite comedians growing up, so I gotta put Tommy Davidson in there. Tommy, we love you, man. You're an all-star, my brother.
Who can make hold children?
Bounce them on their knees.
Bonnie, then sing a melody.
The thunder make you.
Did you miss?
Man. Bruh.
Right. But I would, for my reserve, I would put my DC Young Fly. And then all of these dudes don't have to be a part of the squad, but they can still be in the movie.
If somebody decides to call off.
No, I'm just saying, not as part of the main team, but like side characters like that work at the casino or work at the.
Who's yours, Wax?
My last reserve pick is gotta be Cat Williams.
Oh shit, Money Mike. We forgot all about it. I don't know why your antennas wasn't up.
Right.
Talking to his bitch daughter and shit there. But I don't know why your antennas. She was supposed to grow a set of antennas and be like, they trying to get us.
Now we missed a lot though. I mean, like we don't have Chris Rock on there.
Right. That's why I want that apology, because Chris Rock would then be in that movie.
Right.
And he's a big piece of the fucking, just everything we grew up with.
Right.
I'll take one rib. And then I'm gonna get you sucker. He said one, not like a slab of ribs, to which they, don't they come in an order like, half, slab.
Right.
I want one individual rib, like cut it off the slab and make the slab uneven for me. Yeah. Then when he did it, he asked for all kind of, come on, bruh. Y'all don't remember I'm gonna get you suckers?
Of course.
He was like, well, how much for a soda? $1. Well, how about you pour it in my hand for 15 cents? What?
Right.
And then the wild shit is he had a knot in his pocket.
Yes, he did,
like,
bruh.
Peeling hundreds.
That motherfucker said, you got change for 100?
Yeah, like that movie is one of my favorites.
Come on, man. You gotta put him in there. So that was a good fucking move, Wax. Dude. That was a good fucking move. But, like, we didn't put him in there, not on purpose, but...
Right. He just, acting wise, the other guys I think got.
Did we get Mike Epps in there?
No, we didn't put Mike Epps either.
Because Mike has to be in that motherfucker.
Right.
The fact that he was in that Roscoe Jenkins movie with Monique.
Right.
And said we have a linebacker net or a shower.
We didn't even have no women. I mean,
Bruh.
Nah, they because they remade Ocean's 11 and did it with all women.
All women, so they had their moment.
Shot.
Yes, they did.
Right,
so we ain't being biased to the women, even though we know y'all love DWI. But this is the highlight for the gentlemen at this point in time.
All right, now let me ask y'all this: who do y'all want directing this thing?
You can't have nobody other than the great world-renowned Robert Townsend.
Right.
Good suggestion.
Now, who would you have helping him out, though?
That's a dope pick, though. Robert Townsend's a great pick. I would probably say, as far as director, I would do Ryan Coogler. But, like, he's more of a serious dude, so I don't know if he can handle the comedy.
What about Keenen Ivory Wayans?
Yeah, Keenen Ivory Wayans. But as far as, like, he doesn't do the drama. So, like, we need this shit to be kind of drama-filled, too, and action-packed.
Right.
So what you think, Wags?
I'm going Hype Williams. like just to make it like
you got the whole belly feel.
Right.
Like
something
cinematography
different.
wise.
Yeah, something different.
Good
But
call.
Ryan Coogler was a good choice.
The three of them, like Robert Townsend, Ryan Coogler, and Hype Williams.
I still want Keenan Ivory Wayans to be on that set, bro.
Right.
Him and Robert Townsend together, like they did on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Right.
And on Hollywood Shuffle. A lot of people don't know that Keenan Ivory Wayans helped write that.
Right.
Two classics.
So,
classics.
he has to be on.
And for the Coogler, I mean, he done did a lot of action type movies. Not a lot of them, but like Black Panther. Even Antoine Fuqua, I don't know if y'all know who that is.
I do, he's young.
Yeah, he could do that. I think he did Training Day, right?
What about Key and Peele? What's his name?
Oh, Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. That's his name.
Right.
He's funny, man. That motherfucker's funny as shit, man. So it wouldn't be bad to have him around, just hanging around.
And he knows how to make suspenseful shit. So, like, that's what I want this shit to be. I don't want it to be slapstick, corny shit. I want it to kind of be like Harlem Nights was to us, you know
With
what I
a
mean?
twist.
Because Harlem Nights was dope.
But it was funny.
It was funny, but it wasn't trying to be overly funny. Like they wasn't trying to get cheap laughs. They was just being funny.
It was perfect. It fit perfectly.
Correct. When you got the right material in there and the right cast, it can't help but to be funny.
Oh, I know that.
You blind motherfucker, you fat bitch.
That's why you ain't gotta try. You just let them go. When you got them dogs, you don't even write a script to be funny. You just let them. You write the regular script, and then you let them take that script where the fuck they want to take it, and let them go off.
I agree.
So that's that's a dope. That'd be a dope movie.
It would be a dope movie. So Eddie, get on your shit, man, and get that movie out there, man.
Because like I said, Harlem Nights is one of my favorites, man. Because like I said, it was funny, but it wasn't overly funny. It was a heist movie,
right?
Honestly, if you really think about it, it was a fucking heist movie.
It was like Ocean's 11,
right?
We're writing a movie about committing crimes, basically, but I mean it's a part of life. So fuck it. Now, let me ask y'all this. Speaking of movies, what's a movie that you can watch every time it comes on, like it's the first time you saw it?
For me, I mean, and there's a lot of them, but I'm gonna say Forrest Gump. Like, it doesn't matter what part of the movie it is. Whenever I catch it, I'm watching it to the end.
What about when it's on the Lieutenant Dan part after the fucking war, and he was on that boat, and he was laying there with them nubs and shit, and he just decided to hop in the river and say fuck it and start backpedaling and shit.
When he finally allowed God back into his life, right?
See, that's that shit that's gonna get you far on set.
telling you.
Now here's where I'm good. Wax, I agree with you, but to a default. That movie kind of pissed me off a little bit, man.
Okay.
It kind of gives me mixed emotions, man. If I can be a motherfucking Roger Ebert to your motherfucking Gene Siskel.
All right.
That movie pissed me off only for the simple fact that Jenny decided to do all that fucking and running around doing all that bullshit. I mean, she was doing flatback fucking.
Right.
And for those of y'all that don't know what that is, that's just fucking for no reason. Just because you just happen to be at the crib and I'm gonna give you some.
Yeah.
And then, hold on, Wax, then decided to get with Forrest after she went and got the fucking results that the bitch is infested. She got all that fucking shit going on in her life and decides to fucking get with Forrest after the fact.
She's a villain. She's definitely a villain.
She is a villain because Forrest was a somebody. The motherfucker was in a fucking a war. I want to say like one of the wars that counted.
He was a national champion in football.
He's a national champion for the great fucking state of Alabama.
He got like the Purple Heart
in the service. Yeah. Then the motherfucker ran a triathlon.
And he was a shrimp boat captain that made millions.
Ping pong champion.
He was a somebody. Forrest, ever since he broke out of those fucking, when he had that little limp and he broke out of those boots running, that motherfucker went on to stardom. Yeah. Became a certified celebrity somebody. He was on all the talk shows, became all of that, and Jenny was his fucking great white buffalo.
You know what would be a dope concept, kind of? If they made a movie about Jenny's life.
And called it Jenny?
No, I mean, I'm just saying if they fought, like, you seen her whole...
It'd be a lot of fucking. It'd be a porno.
Yes, it would. It would be that nice. Crazy. Jenny would be on that motherfucker getting her fucking box tossed up. Fucking bitch. And then here's the thing. What about that baby? What about that youngin' that had to grow up visiting his mom at that fucking
shit. It probably wasn't even Forrest.
It wasn't his. It was the person that she fucked right before Forrest that gave her the shit, and then she gonna get Forrest a slice.
The manager of the diner.
Hell yeah, knowing that he looked all sketchy, scratching all the time, and going through all kind of changes.
But anyway,
that's my movie. Thank you for shitting on my movie.
No, I just fucking can't stand that bitch, man.
What movie you fucking with?
If I could watch it every time, well, the movie that I watch that it comes on every time, despite the part that it's played on, it'd have to be Four Brothers. Right. That movie to me, man, is just one of those movies, man, that where I never seen a movie to where you have all these mixed motherfuckers in there and they band together as brothers and they fucking tear shit up. I'm rooting for everybody in there. You know, when Mark, and then here's the thing, Mark Wahlberg said nigga in the movie and nobody said shit about it.
Nope.
That motherfucker said nigga. I was like, oh shit.
That movie was trash. Like, nah, I'm playing. I like it too. I watch it every time it comes on.
And then Victor Sweet. Mm-hmm. Victor Sweet is a villain and a half, man. He's one of them ones you can't wait to see him get what's coming to him.
Victor Sweet would have been run out of Beaver Falls.
Pretty much,
we would have tortured Victor Sweet.
Well, what that motherfucker had going on, he'd have been hustling right on top of fucking Mount Washington trying to take over Merida. As soon as he got halfway up that hill, them motherfuckers would have got his ass.
Right. We'd have run Victor Sweet back to fucking Detroit.
Right.
Fucking around. Nah, but dude, what's your movie?
I got a couple, man, but like I'll even give you two. But Life #1. Because I can watch Life at any point. And Harlem Nights. We just talked about Harlem Nights. But like really Life, Harlem Nights, Friday. Just them kind of movies, man.
Friday was a classic. I can watch that bitch anytime it comes on. And every time I catch it, and do y'all agree, it's on that part when he's like, don't ever come around here no more. Do y'all, you remember that part with Smokey telling, she said she like Janet Jackson?
I can recite that whole movie. I'm sure all of us can. We done smoked too many blunts and watched that shit on tape.
That movie was like, it was a piece of our fucking, it was a fabric of our upbringing.
History. There's not a bad scene. Every scene is something with some quotables in it.
Let me ask you this.
Hold up, real quick. They should have left all the cut scenes and put them back in the movie. Because like there was some gems in that too. Like some of the the extra scenes that didn't make the movie.
Like every time I come to eat.
Oh man, he made that shit.
He was killing them goddamn grapes. Like, that nigga made me want some grapes. I'm like,
every time I watch it, I want grapes.
Like who does this when they're eating grapes?
That motherfucker made sure he got the smack off the grapes and shit.
Pops.
But speaking of which, if there was a movie you could remake and make an all-black cast, what would it be other than Ocean's 11? Our own movie.
I don't know.
Would we dare fuck with Back to the Future and give it an all-black cast?
We couldn't go back that far. We'd be fucking slaves.
Right.
We have to go back to the 70s.
Where shit was pretty decent, subpar, if you will.
Still might get your ass whipped if you went too far south, but
if I was going to remake an all-black movie and put an all-black cast in it, it'd have to be something real dynamic. Something to where it had a lot of punch when it came out and a lot of punch now. So if I was to take over and say, let me put an all-black cast in this movie, have to be The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Have to be The Outsiders. And if I do, I'm not putting no bitch in there. I'm putting Michael Clark Duncan, Debo, a couple other motherfuckers, Vin Diesel. Like, Vin Diesel's black. He is in this one. I just try to get a wild card.
I'll probably do like Scarface, even though they've remade that movie 3,000 times.
Well, they didn't remake that. It was Carlito's Way.
No, it was Scarface. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they took the same kind of concept.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like drug dealer making it big.
Right.
It's called Bout It.
Yeah, basically.
Good call.
Know what I mean? But I would do like another Scarface with nothing but niggas in it.
Right.
What about you, dude?
I'd do an all Chinese version. So I don't know.
You was like, of Friends. They were like, Elong Chilang, Filong Pilong Chila.
They're gonna tear us up for that. So,
yeah. Feeling Pai Chilong Wiley. Now, let me ask you this. Do y'all remember there was a specific syrup back in the day that made breakfast a horror story. And it was that, what was that?
That Alaga.
Bruh, do you remember that syrup, Wax? It tasted like straight molasses, and it made breakfast go from one of the happiest times in the world to a misery fucking sentence.
It'd be old people ate it. Like
yes.
your grandfather might have ate it.
It's the darkest syrup you ever. It's the Guinness of syrups.
Nah, I don't know
Bruh,
about that.
It's basically torture in a fucking bottle.
It's strong as hell. You didn't taste no pancake. All you tasted was this fucking thick ass fucking molasses.
See, I happen to grow up with fucking 3 other siblings at my mom's house. So you had to be fucking Harry Houdini to get involved in the fucking pancake and syrup game. If mom made pancakes, waffles, and or French toast, you had to be one of them motherfuckers that woke up early as soon as you smelled it cooking, because these greedy motherfuckers made sure all the syrup was gone and all I had left was my mom's syrup.
Right.
And that wasn't no joke, bro. It tasted like purse leather. Like it tasted, it was awful. It was awful.
Like liquid purse.
Like it was like in the 70s purses when they used it like
real leather.
Yeah, when they had real leather out there. The purses you had to keep wet. Like you couldn't just have them purses laying around. You had to keep them in the humidor.
Right. Keep putting oil on them.
But that Alaga syrup, man, it made breakfast taste like fucking dog shit.
My grandfather used to love that shit too. I'm like, ugh.
Why do you think he bought it?
Cause he's from the South. I don't know. That's just what they ate down there.
Is it a tradition, or does it mean like these kids ain't gonna be in my syrup?
Probably a little bit of that too.
Right. Because he knew that he was gonna be the only one enjoying it.
That's
But like
his own
how?
guilty pleasure. Like, yeah, ain't nobody fucking with this.
I would eat a lasagna made out of ginger snaps before I ate that fucking syrup. And you know ginger snaps ain't nothing to fuck with. They got a little bite to them.
Right.
Didn't you tell me earlier that motherfuckers was spicy?
Hell yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they bite back.
Like, I'm eating a whole lasagna made out of those before I fuck around with this Alaga syrup.
Right.
This shit was what you feed the fucking people in fucking at the Rock or fucking. You dig?
I've never seen it before. I gotta look this up.
It's crime in a bottle. That's what it is. Like it should like.
See if I can pull it up.
It's made out of otter ass. I'm sure it's made out of like if you chop the ass off of like 14 or 15 otters, you'll be able to make this syrup. Look how dark that motherfucker is.
I've never seen that before.
And that was a specialty, like when we ran out of syrup, which was like every weekend because the kids is off from school. Mom made, breakfast.
They're selling it for $30 for 2 bottles.
Right, and that shit.
It ain't worth it.
Giving it away.
It ain't worth it.
Nah, this is highway robbery is what it is. $30 for 2 bottles?
Bruh, I'm gonna put it to you like this. That shit is fucking pureed poop.
This shit here.
Nah, that cane fields, that shit might be something
It
different.
tastes the same.
There's that bastard. There's that motherfucker we all love to hate.
Yeah, that shit is. Ugh. But anyway, did you guys happen to see the finals? What y'all think about the finals? NBA finals.
It went exactly the way that I said it was gonna go. Anything that you play at the Gardens, you're gonna lose. Them motherfuckers had a broom out before you even got in there.
No, you had Dallas.
Yeah,
I did have Dallas,
right.
but I said also, anytime you play inside of the fucking Boston Gardens, it's a loss.
Okay.
So if I can,
don't try to take a win out of some shit you call.
Because we all went with Dallas. Even though I've been taking L's all year. So basically, whatever I say, go against that. If it's sports,
right?
Like, because I'm Schleck Rock this year. Like,
wowsy.
But
yeah,
I did say the Celtics was getting to the finals. I only one to call that.
Fuck about that. Nobody even remembers that.
Yes, they do.
Do y'all remember that shit?
They do.
No. Kels, do you remember that, Mark?
She knows. They watch. They all watch.
That's why I'm asking them.
I'm always right.
Here you go, man. Now you sound like me.
Trying to sound like him.
Illy Junior.
Trying to squeeze some rightness out of being wrong.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say it like our good friend Rosie Perez said it. Sometimes when you're wrong, you're really right. And sometimes when you're right, you're really wrong. And sometimes when you don't know what you're talking about, you just break even.
Well, I'm going to quote her again and say, Billy, you stink.
Wax, hit that shit right.
He got it. You stink.
Why did she kill him like that, man? Her own dude letting him know that his shit was fucking trash.
Because Billy was washed.
That shit's crazy.
Losing cash on basketball and shit.
Right.
Like,
That was a dope movie, too.
That was a dope movie, man. White Man Can't Jump. They came out with some hot movies back then. Right. Now it's just all fucking
remakes and
that remake was garbage.
I refused to even pay attention.
It was. I'll give it a 5.
That's not worth my time.
And I'm being generous.
Right. That's a good call because it was definitely trash.
Because it had who was in it?
That new cat, that new rapper, that sings.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, there you go.
Jack Harlow, and then the dude off of Power and shit.
Yep. Sean.
Yeah, they're going
50 Cent son.
Yeah, he looks like Gucci Mane and D-Wade
had him. Yeah, I already know. That's Gucci Wade.
Right.
That's why y'all heard us say it together. And this is non-scripted. That motherfucker.
Gucci Wade.
If y'all see it, dude, pull his picture up real quick. See if you can find Sean. That nigga looks just like Gucci Mane. And if Gucci Mane had a baby with D-Wade.
Right.
That motherfucker be like, who's my mama?
Right.
Like, Gucci Mane. Who's my daddy? Gucci Mane.
My 2 dads.
Hell yeah. Them motherfuckers are gonna come get us for that shit. Gucci, D-Wade's gonna let it ride. Gucci Mane ain't having it.
Because D-Wade, never mind.
Leave it alone.
I ain't fucking with it. I ain't going. You do go there.
Come on, man.
Come on, D-Wade, man. Don't cut his.
See?
Don't cut his dick off. I'm saying it. Fuck that. Come on, man. Don't cut his dick off. That motherfucker was dead serious.
Boosie was so concerned
about that young man's private parts getting snipped. He was like, come on, man. I'm disgusted.
D-Wade, don't know, man.
Come on, man.
But
well, there you have it. Fellas, we came, we saw, we delivered. Now, we're going to have merch coming out. We'll have it available for the next episode, so we'll be able to get you guys some good merchandise from DWI. A lot of good apparel coming up for this upcoming summer. It's getting ready to be live and direct. So, next week, we'll bring it to you same time, same location, different material. Peace.